Hi guys and welcome. So today I'm going to continue with my Sunday series where I'm going through the September through December mini catalog, and I'm going to be showing you how to recreate a card that Stampin' Up! Has put in as an example in the catalog. So the catalogs aren't just a place for you to buy stuff, but they're also a great idea book. So let's go. Remember, all images inside this catalog are copyright Stampin' Up! So let's show you the hanging ornament. Now, I'm going to be doing this, excuse me, in two different colors to show you the difference versus a bright versus a regal card. So we're going to be redoing or copying, casing this card here. All right. So here is my hanging ornament set. It is 9-piece stamp set. It is, okay, I'm not being able to use my cell phone again to record, so it's terrible when you pay for a service and it only works part of the time. Anyway, I digress. So it looks like this is about maybe 9-10 pieces. I don't know. It'll tell me here. Maybe this camera will focus in a little bit better there. 12 pieces. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how it looks if you use your bright colors. So this is real red, this is granny apple green, and this is basic white. Or if you use a more, and you could use garden green here, or you can use more of a muted tone. So this is cherry cobbler, old olive, and very vanilla. All right, so just a very slight difference there. You know what, I'm going to pause for just a second because I feel a coughing attack coming on, so hang on 1 second. All right, sorry about that. All right, so, and there's two different ornaments in here, so I'm going to do one of each. That way you can kind of see what we're doing. All right, so let me go ahead and grab those out. They fit on that block perfectly. If I can get my fingers not to stick to it. There we go. And you know what, I'm going to pull out this just to put over here, so when I set blocks down or stamp pads down, it's not making a noise against that glass mat. Hey, how are you guys doing? Did you guys participate in any World Card Making Day yesterday? I had a class I did for most of the afternoon. I watched the Stampin' Up! Video, and that's about it. Then life got away from me and I didn't do anything after that. All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to cut our layers. If you remember looking at the card, we have two different layers and your base card. So I'm going to do both the Whisper White. Boy, that's going back a few years. The basic white in the 3x3 square. Oh, I'm hoping that's big enough for my die. Yep, perfect. Oh, sorry, I forget. Let me see if I move out a little bit. I'm just so worried about all the junk on my desk. So let me see if I move out a little bit. All right, that might be a little better. How much further do I go down? All right, that might be better. All right, so that's 3x3 in the basic white. Let's do a 3x3 in the very vanilla. All right, and all these make wonderful little greetings for sentiments, or strips for sentiments. All right, so then that means the next layer up on, and I'm using a piece that I used for another video. We're gonna make this, usually I would go 3 1/4. I'm gonna go 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and let's see Nope, let's go 3.5 first. And that way, if we don't like how big that is, we'll go down to 3.25. I think I like that a little bit better than doing just a smaller. Yeah, I like that much better than doing a smaller frame. What we'll do is we'll do the smaller frame on this one so you can see the difference, because I'm all about you guys seeing the difference. So on this one, for the smaller frame, we would do 3.25 by 3.25. I'm sorry. Yes. 3.25. And see how that's a smaller frame than that. So there's your two differences. All right. Let's see. Do I have to do any more cutting? Nope, just have die cutting to do. All right, so let me put this off the side. Let's go ahead and do our background first. Now, when I'm using different, let me get this. I pulled the lid off of my Versamark. When I'm using different colored cardstocks, and I don't want to change inks back and forth, I'm going to go ahead and use my Versamark. So let me go ahead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of a background on my base card. So let me go ahead and grab out, ooh, I'm right by the speaker, sorry. So I'm going to put these two together, but kind of in different alignments. And we're just going to do backgrounds on both of these. Let me put the Versamark like this. And we're just going to go around, kind of moving this. Just get a little bit of a background going. All right, so there you see, and as it dries, it'll get a little bit darker. Kind of messed up on that one. Let's see if I can redo that one a little bit. All right, looks a little bit better. So there's just a little bit of a light background. Since you're changing cardstock, but you're still using the Versamark, you don't have to clean that stamp pad. There are refills to re-ink your Versamark pad. Every once in a while, I just like getting a new one because I like it when it looks so clean like that. I'm not going to show you my other Versamark pads. They're a little bit dirty. All right. So now you can see on that one, just doing a little bit of a light background. All right. So now on this, again, if we're sticking with just the Versamark, you could use the actual cherry cobbler, the granny apple green, old olive, but I'm just going to use, again, the Versamark on the background for this. So I want this to go right in the center. Let me go ahead. This is why I do not like using this camera. I like my cell phone so much better because I get more of the stamping surface shown to you. But we'll go ahead and do it here. Alright, so on this, I'm going to go right in the center. Oops, sorry. I need to put something down here so I don't stamp down here. Alright, so there's that. That's loud, sorry. And again, right in the center here. And let's put a greeting in the middle of that. Again, this is going to be very, very light. Just the tone on tone look. All right, now we are going to actually do stamping on this. Now, I probably should have stamped this first and cut it out, but you know, that's the way Roxy rolls. We don't do things the way they're supposed to. All right, so on this, we are going to see how they have that. We are going to go ahead and we're going to stamp and then cut this out, and hopefully we match up pretty good. All right, so on this one, let's see, gotta make sure I keep the right one with the right. Oh, I didn't. Now let's do this one because I did the same stamp. I didn't use this one, so let's turn it over because there's always two sides to the cardstock. And let's go ahead and put that one right in the middle. And then we'll put the just for you in the middle of that. All right, let me hold these up. So you can see this one has more of the bow, and this has more of a leaf. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to get out our Stampin' Right markers. Do not use your blends on this. Use your Stampin' Right markers because we're going to color on the stamps themselves. All right, so let's get the correct ones with the correct. So let me go ahead and grab Granny Apple, Green, Old Olive, Real Red, and Cherry Cobbler. We're going to stay with the same colors as our background. So these two go here, these two go here. So on this one, and I'm going to try to get up as close as I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all over this in the Cherry Cobbler. All right. On your stamps, you always want to use a water base marker, not your alcohol base. You never want to use your blends on a stamp. All right. Let's go like that for a second. Let me pull my lid out of my garbage. Oh my God, where did it fall? There it is. I have a little garbage bag that hangs right here on my work desk. All right, you're gonna exhale. Oops, I don't know if I like. There was a little bit of a extra on the side there. You're gonna exhale lightly on it because we have taken a little bit since we actually colored it. Your warm breath kind of revitalizes it. And I'm going to kind of try to go in the same area. It may not be perfect. I should have really stamped this first and then cut it out and then done my verse mark underneath. But you'll see what I mean in a little bit. All right. And then again, do the same over here on this one. And I know you're saying, well, wait, Roxy, it's all red. We're going to add some green on top. We're going to try it first. Oops, sorry. We're going to try it first with the Stampin' Right marker, and if that doesn't show up too good, then we'll switch to a blend. That's only when we're coloring on the paper, not on the stamp itself. All right, so here we have here. Again, I'm going just for the center. It may not be perfect when we do the cutout, but we'll see. All right, so then on the bullet end, let's see if we can just add a little bit of green color on that, just to bring out that, just a little bit here and there. Now, your Stampin' Right markers will not bleed through your cardstock. If we were coloring this in with the blends, we would not have it on top of our layer because it would soak through. And that's really kind of blending in the color. I don't know if you can see. So I think I am going to grab my old olive, let's see, down here. My old olive blends, just to see if I can get a little bit of color. And I'm going to use, again, that bullet end. These are alcohol-based markers. They will dry really quickly. So there, you see that, and see how it'll go through the cardstock a little. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to grab my Granny Apple Green blends from here. I'll do the same over here. I think I'll use the dark side because they come in light and dark. I'm just going to do a couple of these. So there you see, just adding a little bit of green on there. And now both of those I'm going to use from the, I think it was called a Skin Collection at one time. This is just the bronze. I'm going to use that for my little topper here. All right. The Just For You, back to your Stampin' Write marker. On stamps, we don't use blends. And I think I want to use the other word, the All Is Merry. Wait, I'm going to put this down first, my glass mat. When they're this thin, you can actually maneuver them. Oh, you can't see. You can actually maneuver them. You can kind of twist and turn them, so there's a little bit of a curve, but I want to make sure it's completely straight. So again, just going across that. Don't know, let me clean it off first. I feel like there's something on that Y there. Do you see how there's a little bit of a goop? Let's try that again. Put our color on there. And we'll do it again for the other one. There you go. All right. We'll move all those off to the side now. I'm going to bring out my baby Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. And I have something in my boho blue one, so I'm going to use my white one. Because what we're going to do now is we are going to first clean off the stamping area a little bit. Since this is less than 3 3/4 inches, I can run this through in the baby machine and not the full machine. So I'm using plate 1, and then you use 2 of the 2s. And let me grab out that die. Let me go ahead. And what I'm doing, let me get that. I'm trying to get that so it's right over there. And I'm going to take some temporary tape, repositional tape, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to run that through the machine. Now on this one, when you run it through, you want to remove the tabs very carefully. And I usually do it at, oops, I'm sorry, at an angle, because this die, do it at a diagonal, this die does not cut it out completely. It'll leave a few little tabs there. You see how that is? A few little tabs, so that it's not completely pulled off. Let's go back here. Let's do this again, lining it up. Put some tape over there to hold it in place. And let's run that through. All right. Again, you want to pull carefully. Because I don't want to pull that completely out. All right, let's put these over to the side. Put this back in the case, and let's get back to our card. One last thing we want to do, and this is an extremely, extremely small piece, and this I think I'm going to do on black. Do a little pull there. And then even more so, let me think. We had those little, where's those pieces? Oh, here we go. Our leftover pieces from cutting our cardstock. Let's go ahead and do this pull tab. All right, so let me grab this back out again. Now, the catalog shows that they did that on the white and the vanilla. I personally would have put the word pull on this little pull tab. Oh, let me think. You know what? I'm not going to use that. No. Because that's not what they didn't show the message underneath. I'll show you the catalog again. They did put the little thing on there, and they did little decorations on the pull tab. You can see it here too. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. So this is going to go over here, this is going to go over here, and these are all going to be layered down. Now when you're putting this down, you want to make sure that you're not putting glue where the ornament is. Otherwise it won't pull off. Now there is a little dot on there, and on the example they actually showed that they had string running through there, so you could even tell even more that you need to pull that off. Let me see if I do have some here. this one. So I want to be careful. I don't want to poke through and pull that out. I don't want to poke through that, but I don't want to pull out that ornament from where it is. This is where monovision is not your friend. Because I want to be able to put that through, but I don't want to push it through and pull out my ornament. Sorry, I'm off camera again. So I'm going to push that through a little bit like that. Oh my goodness. Let me try this again. Trying so hard not to push my ornament and unperforate it. There we go. So what you could do, and you have to be very careful, because again, you don't want to pull off your perforation. Pull that through with this. Hang on to that tight, because again, you don't want to pull it off. Let me get my snips that are for ribbon and twine only. Now we're ready. Got a little bit of red on there, not a big deal. Again, do not put glue where your ornament is. And then on these, I'm going to pop them up. These are just the dimensionals. I put packing tape over where the little tabs are. That way I don't have the backings are stuck to this tape and I don't have to pull them off. Always make sure your card's opening the right way before you put this down. Let's get that one. See, I have marker on my fingers so that that is the red you're seeing on there. Again, let's make sure my card's opening the right way. Perfect. And now on this, let me look at my colors here. Thinking those look pretty good. I always like putting a few gems on. So let me get my other take your pick tool. It's on my desk here somewhere. There it is. And let's grab some of these off, put them on the card. All right. So there you are, guys. Let me see if I can bring it down even more so you can see those better, and hopefully it stays in focus. There we go. So there you are. Then of course, once your recipient gets this, they can rip that off, pull that off, and then you can see, like it shows in the catalog, then you could actually use them to hang it on a small tabletop tree. Oh my gosh, guys, that was a lot. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Share with your social media or with your friends. Leave me a comment. I try to answer all comments. Most of all, have a great Sunday, guys. Enjoy what's left of your weekend. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.